You know the feeling, right? You're out there walking every single day. You block out the time, you hit that step goal, and you fully expect your body to change. But that stubborn belly fat, it is just not budging. It's incredibly frustrating to feel like you're doing absolutely everything right from the outside, but you're seeing zero results in the mirror. Well, what if I told you that your metabolism actually isn't broken? It's just receiving the wrong instructions. Today, we're looking at a huge paradigm-shifting concept from our sources. Food isn't just a math equation of calories. Every single bite you take is literally a biological signal that tells your body exactly what to do.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the hidden metabolic switch. Then, the ultimate superfood, eggs. Third, mastering satiety in protein. Fourth, food as hormonal medicine. And finally, crossing the fat loss threshold.
All right, section 1, the hidden metabolic switch, hidden fat loss signals. Now, this is the foundational concept we really need to grasp before we look at a single specific food. Your body is a highly advanced machine, and it relies on chemical signals to decide whether to store energy or burn it. So if you're out there walking daily but still seeing no fat loss, please know you are not alone, and you are definitely not lazy. The reason all that effort isn't translating to your waistline is because movement is really only half of the equation. See, walking increases your energy output, sure, but if your internal environment is locked into a storage mode, your fat cells simply will not release their energy, no matter how many steps you take.
And what exactly controls that lock? Insulin. Insulin is a metabolic hormone that quite literally acts like a padlock on your fat cells. The very first bite of breakfast you take sends a rapid-fire signal straight to your liver and your blood sugar. If you eat a meal that spikes your blood sugar, insulin floods your system, the padlock clicks shut, and fat burning just stops dead in its tracks. You are dictating your body's fat-burning potential within minutes of waking up.
Moving right along to section 2, the ultimate superfood, eggs, the ultimate fat burner. Across all the diverse source material we analyzed, whether it was about budget muscle building, fat loss, or hormone optimization, one food just kept appearing repeatedly as the ultimate superfood, the humble egg. Okay, be honest, how many of us have spent years dutifully eating sad, flavorless egg whites, thinking we were making the absolute best, healthiest choice by tossing out the yolk? Stop doing this. The egg white is a great source of protein, yes, but the yolk is where the actual biological magic lives. Taking out the yolk removes the most powerful fat-burning and hormone-supporting components of the entire food. The whole egg advantage is biologically incredible. Think about it like this. The yolk contains choline, which is a nutrient your liver desperately needs to package fat and ship it out to be burned. It provides dietary cholesterol, the literal raw material your body uses to manufacture testosterone. It's packed with leucine to kickstart muscle building, which naturally raises your resting metabolic rate. Studies even show that eating whole eggs creates this massive 24-hour satiety effect, significantly dialing down your overall hunger. And the best part? It does all of this for mere pennies per serving. It's basically nature's perfect biological signal.
And that powerful fullness response leads us perfectly right into section 3, mastering satiety and protein and fullness. Because look, fixing your morning signal is great, but controlling the gap between your meals, that's absolutely crucial for maintaining that fat-burning state all day long. To really master protein, we need a profound paradigm shift here. We have to stop measuring protein by weight and start measuring it by calories. Take peanut butter, for example. Honestly, it's a food that has kind of betrayed us. It is constantly marketed as this great high-protein snack. But 100 grams of peanut butter, while giving you about 25 grams of protein, sneaks in almost 600 calories. That completely distorts how we view protein efficiency, especially when your main goal is losing fat. And this brilliantly illustrates the point. If we put you on a strict 100-calorie budget, shrimp absolutely dominates, handing you 24 grams of pure protein with almost zero fat. Turkey breast and egg whites are right on its heels. Now, salmon sits a bit lower at 14 grams, but hey, that's because it's packed with those amazing essential omega-3 fats. But peanut butter? The protein per 100 calories is incredibly low compared to its massive fat content. If you want to build muscle and drop fat, lean seafood and poultry are your absolute elite efficiency tools. But protein isn't just about giving your body building blocks. It's also a major player in calorie expenditure. 30%. That is the thermic effect of protein. When you sit down and eat a bowl of plain, full-fat Greek yogurt, your body literally has to spend up to 30% of those calories just to digest the casein protein inside it.
You are actively burning energy just to process the food, all while that slow digesting casein keeps your blood sugar perfectly stable for hours. Now, if you want to completely short-circuit those reward-driven brain cravings without having to rely on sheer willpower, you need these mechanical and biological appetite suppressants. We call them the Satiety Hackers. Chia seeds actually absorb liquid to form a thick gel right in your stomach, sending an immediate physical "I'm full" signal to your brain. When you cook oats and then let them cool down, they transform into a resistant starch that bypasses normal digestion and actively triggers your body's fat-burning pathways. And even just a small handful of almonds naturally spikes peptide YY, which is a really powerful gut hormone that tells your brain you've had enough to eat. Let's take this to an even deeper level. Section 4. Food as hormonal medicine. Healing foods. Our sources highlight this absolutely fascinating overlap between ancient biblical food wisdom and cutting-edge modern science. It turns out certain foods actively fix our hormonal imbalances. The data behind these natural testosterone boosters is just staggering. And remember, we're not talking about sketchy synthetic supplements here. Real studies show that supplementing with ginger led to a 17% increase in testosterone in infertile men. Extra virgin olive oil, thanks to its monounsaturated fats and a special compound called oleoropin, caused a 19% spike in just 3 weeks. And pomegranate juice, a massive 24% increase. These foods are literal biological triggers that command your body to start producing more of this vital hormone. But look, building up your testosterone is really only half the battle. You have to defend it from its biological arch nemesis, cortisol. Cortisol is your main stress hormone, and whenever it goes up, your testosterone goes down. Plus, cortisol is a huge driver of that visceral belly fat we all hate. Enter the cortisol crushers. The punicous acid in pomegranates, the allicin that gets activated when you crush fresh garlic, the omega-3s in fatty fish, and the magnesium loaded in spinach. All of these actively sweep in and clear excess cortisol right out of your bloodstream. The contrast is incredibly stark when we put the modern processed diet up against ancient healing foods. A standard, modern, refined white bread, it spikes your insulin, triggers widespread inflammation, and shuts down your fat burning immediately. Compare that to an ancient recipe, like Ezekiel bread. Made from a mix of sprouted grains and lentils, it hands you a complete amino acid profile, massive dietary fiber, and a slow, steady release of energy that actually nourishes your cells instead of shocking your system. All right, all of these signals, the insulin locks, the satiety hackers, the hormone boosters, they all bring us to our climax. Section 5, the fat loss threshold, align diet and movement. This is where we tie all these powerful dietary instructions right back to your daily habit of walking. Before we combine them, just remember that small signals compound. 50 calories, that's roughly the extra energy your body burns every single day just by adding some chili peppers to a meal. The compound capsaicin creates a thermogenic effect, basically raising your internal body heat and boosting your metabolic rate. Small, daily, biologically active signals absolutely add up over time. But to actually drop that stubborn belly fat, your body has to cross a very specific threshold. Here is the magic synergy. Diet controls the energy supply. By eating the foods we've been talking about, you keep your insulin padlock open and your energy supply perfectly steady. Walking increases the energy demand. When you finally align these two things, a gap is created. Your body has literally no choice but to cross that threshold and execute the actual fat burn from your stored reserves.
So the crucial point is captured perfectly in this quote from our sources. Walking amplifies the effect of your diet, and your diet enables the effect of your walking. Movement and nutritional intake were never, ever meant to be separated. They are two halves of the exact same biological system. When they are finally aligned, your body feels safe enough to release the weight.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. We have to stop looking at our plates as just a random collection of calories to be counted, burned off, or feared. Your food is literally an instruction manual for your metabolism. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. It's time to start sending the right signals. Ask yourself right now, what biological signal will your next bite send?